Burgers are one of my favorite fast food dishes, but they don't always have the healthiest ingredients. So today I'm going to show you how to make a simple homemade burger which will hopefully have less fats, sugars and other chemicals than the fast food alternative. If you have any suggestions or requests for homemade dishes, let me know down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to see what you are interested in cooking. But now, I hope that you enjoy this episode of Cooking with Local, the Cooking for Gamers series. Okay, so let's begin by putting our minced meat into a large enough bowl where we want to add our preferred spices. I'll be using some paprika, chili powder, salt and pepper, alongside a little bit of mixed herbs. You can add whatever else you like, and I always urge people to add the proportions and ingredients they like, to make the meals which will satisfy their own taste buds. Mix everything firmly, and once you're done, lay it out on a chopping board, where you want to try and split the meat into equal pieces. I've got around 6 burger bread buns that I want to use, so I'll split the meat into 6 roughly equal pieces. Once you've done that, you want to make a nicely shaped and flat burger patty. There's a few ways to do that without needing professional equipment to do so, and my favorite is using the butter holder lid, which I find to be perfectly shaped to make burger patties. What I do is press down on the meat, and in circular motions I round up the patty on one side and then the other. Of course, if you don't have something like my lid, you can use a plate to press down the patty and shape it as well. And you could always use your hand to make a sphere shape out of the meat and then press it down with something flat. What I do next is cut out some baking paper into squares and lay out the meat onto a plate, with a layer of baking paper in between each patty to prevent them from sticking together, and undoing all the hard work from making the patties. Then cover the plate with some cling film and pop it in the fridge overnight. Of course, you don't need to marinate the meat overnight, but at least half an hour before the grilling meat should be fine. Now we're finally ready to grill or fry our burgers. If you're making these at home, a standard frying pan should do the trick, or a cast iron grilling pan can be a quick replacement for an outdoors grill. If you happen to have a Teflon pan, make sure not to scrape it with anything like a metal spoon or fork to prevent damaging it, and you can use a wooden spoon or other utensils instead. What I like to do is put a little butter on the pan to lubricate it before adding the burger on the pan. Alternatively, you can use a little bit of oil or grease if you don't like the smell of frying butter. I'd suggest frying the patty for around 2 to 3 minutes on each side at medium-high heat. And once you turn your burger from the first side, I add a bit of onions to let them fry and caramelize. If you want to add some cheese, I'd suggest putting it on for the last minute or so, depending on how thick it is, to let it melt on top of the frying burger. Once you flip your burger from the first side, another thing I'd suggest doing is cutting up some tomatoes and lettuce, or other stuff you want to add on your burger, like jalapenos for example, just to utilize your time and be more efficient. In addition to the cheese, I'd suggest putting your bread buns on the pan for the last 30 to 40 seconds of the meat frying. And a quick tip to make the buns crunchier is spreading some mayo on the buns before frying it. It'll add extra flavor and crispiness to the surface. However, a plain bun is still great. And now the final steps are very simple. Laying everything out on a plate, I'd suggest putting a thick layer of lettuce on the bottom bun, to help prevent the meat juices from drowning the bun and making it moist and fall apart easily. Next up, you can either lay out the meat directly on the lettuce or sprinkle the lettuce with your caramelized onions, followed by the patty. I'm adding some garlic sauce onto the patty and then adding 2 slices of tomato, which would hopefully keep the tomatoes from slipping off the patty. And now finally, put the top bun on and your burger is ready to be served. And I hope that you've enjoyed this Cooking for Gamers video. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and let me know down in the comments if there are any dishes you're interested in, as I'd like to help gamers start cooking more regular food at home instead of eating fast foods, which can be a first step to a healthier lifestyle. Also, if you're interested in more gaming and cooking content, subscribe to my channel, as I regularly upload weekly videos, so don't miss out today. And stay connected to me on social media to help me grow and share your ideas with me any time of the day or night. And now, as always, I wish you all a good day or night, wherever you may be, and stay safe. Till next time.